What's going on there, guys, and welcome back to Cars Insider. Going faster used to require putting a larger engine under the hood, but engines have become smaller and more powerful ever since the first 200-mile-per-hour supercars in the 1980s. The key is forced induction, which may be achieved by turbocharging or supercharging. Both methods work well and have their advantages, but the end goal is the same, which is increased power. Both techniques work on the same principle. Putting more air and fuel into the cylinders causes a greater boom, which releases more power. Here are the 10 most powerful automobiles with irrational engines. But before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos going forward. Bugatti Chiron Supersport 1578 HP W16 engine. The Bugatti Chiron is a mid-engine two-seater sports vehicle created and developed by Bugatti Engineering GmbH in Germany and built by Bugatti Automobiles SAS in Molsheim, France. The automobile is named after Louis Chiron, a Monegasque driver. The automobile is named after the Bugatti 183 Chiron concept car from 1999. It was reported in January 2022 that every Chiron had been sold. Some of these sold automobiles have yet to be physically produced and delivered to their owners as of January 2022. The Chiron, like its predecessor, is equipped with one of the most unusual production engines ever created, and the spec sheet boasts some impressive figures. The most powerful mass-produced engines to date, with a displacement of 8 liters and 16 cylinders in a W arrangement, with 4 turbochargers raising output to 1,578 horsepower. Officially acknowledged as the fastest production vehicle in the world, the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 broke a new record in August 2019 with a top speed of 304.77 miles per hour, the first production car in history to exceed the 300 miles per hour barrier. Lamborghini Essenza SCV12 818 HP V12 engine. The Essenza SCV12 is powered by the same 6.5-liter V12 engine as the Aventador SVJ, which has been spun 180 degrees to enable the transmission to be located at the back. The engine produces 610 kilowatts, 830 PS, or 820 horsepower thanks to our ram air induction technology, making it the company's most powerful naturally aspirated engine. To alleviate back pressure, the automobile uses unique exhaust tips. Unlike the Aventador SVJ, the gearbox is a 6-speed non-synchronous sequential unit that additionally supports the rear pushrod suspension as a stressed element of the chassis. Lamborghini has a long history of V12 supercars, and the Essenza, the latest in a series of limited edition versions, pushes performance to new heights. Engineers constructed the ideal GT racing vehicle in what is likely to be the final V12-powered Lamborghini ever built. With a limited manufacturing of 40 automobiles, the SCV12 will be an uncommon sight. The Essenza is the most powerful Lamborghini road vehicle ever built, and it's powered by the same V12 6.5-liter engine as the SVJ. Lamborghini engineers developed the SCV12 for track usage by rotating the engine for improved weight distribution and installing ram air intakes to enhance output to 818 horsepower. Dodge Viper ACR 645 horsepower V10 engine. The Viper, Dodge's best muscle vehicle in decades, debuted in 1992, signaling a return to big block high-performance sports cars. The Viper's most unusual feature, an 8-liter V10 engine, was created by expanding Chrysler's LA V8 engine to incorporate an extra 2 cylinders. The Ultimate Viper, the ACR, debuted in 2017 and has a bigger 8.4-liter engine with 645 horsepower, making it the most powerful production V10 to date. All in all, the Viper engine is a high-performance, naturally aspirated pushrod 2 valves per cylinder 90 degrees V10 engine developed by Chrysler for use in the same named automobile. The V10 was also sold to Bristol Cars, who used a modified version of the engine to power the Bristol Fighter, which generated 525 brake horsepower at low speeds and 550 brake horsepower at high speeds owing to the ram air effect. SCC Tuatara 1750 horsepower V8 engine. While Shelby Sports Cars' Tuatara now holds the title of fastest production vehicle, the timing equipment's nuances are still being scrutinized. After all is said and done, any production car capable of reaching 331 miles per hour is a remarkable achievement. The Tuatara employs a 1,750 horsepower 5.9-liter turbocharged engine that sends power to the back wheels using a gearbox similar to that found in a helicopter. Zenvo TSRS 1,176 horsepower V8 engine. Zenvo, a Danish supercar manufacturer, has been active since 2009, and in that time, it has built one of the most extreme road vehicles money can ever buy. Externally, the TSRR looks like any other supercar, with its insane back wing only revealing itself once the owners get on the road. The TSRS, unlike other supercar makers, employs a race-to-ride twin supercharged 5.8-liter V8 to deliver 1,176 horsepower. Despite its racing roots, the vehicle is totally road legal. Koenigsegg Agera RS 1,341 horsepower V8 engine. The Agera was first introduced by Swedish company Koenigsegg in 2011, and it was one of the fastest vehicles ever at the time, with a stated peak speed of 249 miles per hour. This would have been quite quick for most gearheads, just a touch slower than the Veyron's boasts. However, Koenigsegg continued to develop faster models, with the most recent Agera RS achieving an average speed of 276 miles per hour on public roads. The Agera RS is built as the ultimate track car with 1,160 horsepower from a Ford Source 5-liter turbocharged V8 engine that runs on regular petrol. Optional upgrades include the 1 megawatt package, which increases power to 1,341 horsepower. Nismo GTR 600 horsepower V6 engine. The fearsome Nissan GTR, with its mix of power and smart electronically controlled all-wheel drive, is difficult to defeat from a standing start. It's hard to imagine that the Japanese supercar has been in production since 2007, yet the GTR has remained competitive thanks to evolutionary tweaks. The Nismo-tuned models aren't cheap, beginning at $200,000, but gearheads receive one of the most powerful engines ever installed to a road vehicle for the type of money normally reserved for exotic supercars. A hand-built twin-turbo 3.8-liter V6 engine develops 600 horsepower and accelerates to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. Audi RS3 400 horsepower 5-cylinder engine. The most ardent gearheads will be able to tell the Audi RS3 from the rest of the lineup, with modest badging on the grille serving as the only clue. Externally, it's simply another 4-door Audi sedan, this time one capable of outrunning all but the quickest supercars to 62 miles per hour in only 3.5 seconds. If the RS3 supercar performance is surprising, then gearheads will be surprised again beneath the hood. The RS3 has a turbocharged 2.5-liter engine that produces 400 horsepower, making Audi one of the few car makers that use 5-cylinder engines. AMG A45S 416 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. Tuners on staff AMG improves on the greatest Mercedes-Benz road vehicles by tuning the suspension, brakes, and engine to provide performance level generally associated with true sports cars. It's no surprise, therefore, that the AMG A45S improves on the already quick A35 by adding additional power. The A45S has the same 2-liter turbocharged engine as the A35, but it has been rotated 180 degrees in the chassis to allow for a better intake system. The result is a 416 horsepower output that's nothing short of stunning. Koenigsegg Gemera 1700 horsepower 3-cylinder engine. The Koenigsegg Gemera is a 4-seater plug-in hybrid Grand Tourer with a limited manufacturing run. The Gemera is powered by a twin turbocharged 3-cylinder 2.0-liter camless engine called the Tiny Friendly Giant, as well as 3 electric motors, unlike the Swedish car maker's previous V8 powered vehicles. The 600 horsepower engine powers the front wheels, while 2 electric motors with 500 horsepower and 1000 Nm each power the rear wheels, and a single E-motor on the crankshaft produces 400 horsepower to power the front wheels alongside the ICE. When using E85 gasoline, The total power output is 1,700 horsepower and 2,581 pound-feet of torque. The engine uses solenoids to operate the intake and exhaust valves instead of standard camshafts. The engine is under 150 pounds according to Koenigsegg. The Gemera has a range of 31 miles while running on battery power alone and 621 miles in hybrid mode. The ICE unit can operate on E85 biofuel as well as gasoline, with exhaust fumes being ejected via an Akrapovi titanium exhaust system. Well guys, this about wraps up another awesome video which we hope you had a blast watching. And if you did, do let us know by smashing that like button, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you can catch up on more juicy automobile related videos like this in the future. And with that, I'll catch you guys later in another video. Bye now!